John, you got to for a little, excuse me, a little football IQ there.
Excuse me?
You got time for a little football IQ now as I have the hiccups?
Well, let's go up tempo with it.
Hey now. All right, here we go. Fire it off there, Caleb.
All right, having a little bit of fun. So there's some football IQ for the bowl game. So I wanted to go through about 5 of them. And John, give me your thoughts, and Dave, you give me yours. And the first, we start with Kentucky and Clemson. Who watched that bowl a few days ago?
I watched that one.
Mark
John
Stoops. It was 3rd and 18. Mark at the end of the game, Kentucky's up 35-30. Mark Stoops calls a 3-man rush with a linebacker and spy and plays soft zone on 3rd and 18. I hate 3-man rush with the linebacker and spy on 3rd and long. There is a virtual 0% chance the quarterback is going to run in that moment. And so, of course, Clemson doesn't convert it, but they bring up like a 4th and 2 and then convert on the next play.
From a defensive coach, John, it feels like the longer Mark Stoops stays at Kentucky, the dumber he appears.
That's pretty harsh. I think I'll try to look behind the curtain here. My guess is he looked at the quarterback. What is his name? Klubnik.
Klubnik, yeah.
Klubnik. He noticed the guy had really thin ankles, and he said, I don't think he'll hold up against that 3-man rush.
And he kept referring to him as Cade Clubfoot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's not going to beat us. That's Cade Clubfoot. All right.
Guys, we got our man Mario Cristobal on here again. Man, he is just a regular.
Oh my gosh. What did he do
Mario
now?
Cristobal, we're going to get a segment sponsored just for Mario Cristobal. What did he do?
So Rutgers, this is great, guys. Rutgers beat Miami 31-24. They were able to run out the clock in the end. Mario Cristobal went home with 2 timeouts in his pocket. I've been criticizing him all year for using timeouts when he shouldn't. And
I swear that there are some coaches, John, who look like they've never understood the process of calling the timeout nor what it does to the game.
I agree. I think they need take an online course on it.
Yeah.
So that.
But I'm curious about. He went home with 2 timeouts. The way the season is gone for Cristobal, do we know if he made it home or not?
That's true. Do we know if he can find his way home? He might have accidentally gotten on the wrong plane,
Yeah.
And
that gets a big.
You suck.
He has those timeouts at home where, like, if UPS comes and they need you to sign something, I'm going to take a quick TO and I'll get to you in about 3 minutes.
He got to the front door going home. He gets to the front door and then he just stops and he just stands there for 3 minutes using one of those timeouts. And then he turns the knob and goes in the house.
Or you're in the car and you really got to use the restroom. I need a quick timeout and I'm good for 3 minutes until I can get home.
Got a few more
Perhaps
guys.
Because you've had too much Tennessee Cider Company, but you're not the one driving. The original hard cider of the Smoky Mountains. Use the promo code HAT to receive some free swag with your cider order. Available most anywhere in the U.S. tncidercompany.com. tncidercompany.com. They bring you football IQ. What else you got, Caleb?
All right, so I'm going to save the college football playoff because I got one for each game to the end. But first, there was the yesterday's, I believe, Outback Bowl. Was it the Texas Bowl? LSU and Wisconsin was the Outback Bowl. LSU and Wisconsin. Luke Fickell coached that game away. You guys may not know this, but Wisconsin is a running team. That's just their bread and butter. It always has been. And Luke Fickell did not call a run on the final 3 drives, even when Wisconsin had a 2-touchdown lead, a 2-score lead at one point. He passed every single time. And on the final drive, a 2nd and 2 came up in LSU territory with Wisconsin having a chance to go win. And he called 3 straight passes, and Wisconsin got sacked 3 straight times.
Like, that is total bullshit.
I feel like Arch Manning could have referred to not throwing the football, that football team, like 50 years ago, and he still would have gotten.
Like, that is total bullshit.
John, your thoughts?
Well, I just thought with LSU secondary, its pass defense is so bad that I can see why he would have thrown the ball against him, even though it's out of character with his offense. You just see that secondary, and they just give up points. so easily. So maybe that factored into it. I think Iowa would have probably come out throwing against LSU.
That's hot.
All right, let's get to some playoff games. So this is the big topic, and I'm going to go ahead and go on it. I am going to call out Saban and Tommy Rees for that 4th down run by Jalen Milroe yesterday. I think that was a terrible call. And I get Milroe's running had been working before, but when you're inside the 3-yard line, you know Michigan is going to be prepared for that coming. You know that that's the one thing they're going to try to take away. So calling a draw with Jalen Milroe on that 4th down, I got to put that on my football IQ, and I got to go with Tommy Rees and Nick Saban for that. I think that was dumb.
I agree on that one. I was flabbergasted when that play developed. It was almost like they're trying to run out the clock or something. I mean, that was the play of the season. And how did Alabama get in this position? It hit a 4th and 31. I mean, when you throw the ball, you got a shot. You got a pass interference possibility. DB makes a mistake, whatever. But you got a shot. I just didn't see running into the teeth of the Michigan defense was the appropriate call there. I mean, I would have even gone zone read before I would have gone that. I want Milroe to have the ball in his hands, but I just wouldn't have rushed him up to. I mean, all he needed to do is run over 6 people, and he's in the end zone.
Other than that, he's good.
Yeah, other than that, yeah. It was...
Well, and clearly, I thought Michigan knew it was coming. Because if you look at their defensive tackles, they pinched in the middle. They've run that not just on goal line, but about the 5-yard, probably a half dozen times this year that I've seen mostly successful. But
I know, but they needed how many yards?
Yeah,
but they needed 3 or 4 yards. They didn't need a half a yard.
No, I totally agree. They ran it too much during the season, and I thought Michigan knew it was coming. Caleb?
Yep. And okay, so last football IQ, and this was a comedy of coaching stupidity because Kalen DeBoer should be on here, but he won, so he's not. But it looks like he went to the Mario Cristobal School of Clock Management. And with Washington yesterday, he ran a play on 3rd down that resulted in a player getting hurt for Washington, which is why the clock stopped with 45 seconds. And had he just taken a knee, Texas would have gotten the ball inside the 20-yard line with 6 seconds to go. So that's next level stupid on its own. But then don't worry, Steve Sarkisian was able to out-dumb Kalen DeBoer because, when you're in the red zone and no timeouts and 11 seconds to go and needing a touchdown, the best thing you can do is a check down throw. They won't be expecting that, guys. And
you suck, you jackass.
Yeah, so I'm trying. Which one was dumber, running the play or the check down? Now, Steve Sarkisian didn't call the check down, but why do you even have the check down option in that moment? Like, why do you even have the running back as an option?
No, I didn't get that either. But to me, that no question, it was the decision to hand the ball to Dylan Johnson. I mean, you obviously have no idea he's going to get hurt, but in a great moment for Washington football, those were an awful few seconds. I mean, he could have lost the game because of it. You're right. Take a knee. Don't overthink things. This is what works. This is what people do. There's a reason that play is a cliche because it usually works. So just take a knee.
Yeah, I'm with you. John, last thing, that was football IQ. Our poll question again that's on the YouTube page. If Nico started all season, Vols would have won 1 more game. Vols would have won 2 more games. Same record, maybe worse. And last choice was too skinny, would have gotten hurt. I know where you stand on it. Would have won at least 1 more game, and you said the Florida game. And I tend to agree. I wouldn't have before yesterday. He's just that much of a presence on the field. But if you had to choose between those 4, what do you think how do you think the fans would respond to those 4?
Oh, I don't think they could say. I mean, I think most of them would say what I did: one more game.
You're right.
One thing we haven't brought up in this debate, and it hit me as we were going through this diatribe about ankles. Have you checked out Nico's ankles?
Just solid ankles.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, calf to ball of the foot. I mean, they're solid.
Is there like a preferred measurement for that distance from calf
from
to ball
ankle
of the
to
foot?
ankle bone or around the ankle? Both.
You are You're already ahead of me. Thank you, Dave.
If Nico started all season, 48% of our pollsters would have said Tennessee would have won one more game. Vols would have won two more games, same record, maybe worse. Too skinny, would have gotten hurt. I know someone whose grandson is a big fan of the show, so I'm not going to name him out. But I do know one person that used to judge women by their ankles and their attractiveness. Other than the obvious, John, what do you look for in a woman? John?
My wife might listen to this.
Yes, that's true. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to go with the obvious. So, by the way, I think we've all outkicked our coverage, so we won't get specific. We don't want to lose a wife at this stage in our lives. Although Caleb's got time to recover.